All right, we're back with much better lighting. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
All right, it's April 22nd. We're here in Long Beach, California for the Southern California Occupy meetup. I just have to, every time I come back on, I just have to give that archive message. Well, and the people at home were watching a commercial at that time anyway.
What you have to do it every so often, like
Like,
5 minutes.
I dropped the stream and came back because I needed to adjust the lighting. But then when I came back, I just have to like say what it is so that
Oh, I see. Yeah.
when you go back in the archive, you'll
Right.
find it.
Where are you? We're at Civic Center in San Diego, and we're over at like Ross. We're down meeting where the homeless are. We're over at Ross and Civic Center because we're like under this airplane memorial, and we finally agreed that was not the place to be. We were right there in the heart of the homeless. So I'm so glad
Are you
it's
camping there? Is there
no,
a presence or just a?
that's our GA. It's been happening
Okay.
Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays. So we've got 3 GAs going on, and then our think tank as well, with just 20 people trying to figure it all out, within the local community to face a change with the homeless, doing May Day activities.
Right. Fantastic.
But it's a good, strong, several people have been activists for many, many years.
I like that idea of a think tank. We should do that.
You guys should. Yeah.
We had one. It was called Objectives and Demands and Research. We had two. Didn't we all know where that went.
I have no idea what happened with
There was
that.
another one too. There still is another group that's trying to do that kind of thing. Like they came up with the idea of planting gardens down.
Nice. Because it already has that kind of culture. There's a lot of cooperation within the community because it's so impoverished anyway, but it's getting gentrified. And our group is very hospitable towards the undocumented as
Yeah.
well. And
So are we. We've been working really hard on that. And what's really hard in LA is like when we first started out, there was a group that wanted to start anti-hospitality committee. And it's not that people had a problem with the actual committee being formed, it was the way that it was brought about to us. And it was like some offensive language was used and things were said, and
I
it
hard
hurt a lot of
blocked it and I
feelings.
felt unsafe. I felt unsafe for hard blocking it.
I only hard blocked it because they called me a privileged Beverly Hills white girl and a Beverly Hills bitch, and I'm like, I grew up in New York. Where I come from, if you talk to people like that, they fucking punch your teeth down your throat. So it's really not much different than it
That's
is here.
happened in Occupy Santa Ana actually, because some of the people that were of Latin descent and so forth worried about the white imperialistic people coming in,
And it's a big,
especially from Irvine, because that's the co-op culture that
well,
was
I'm
there.
somebody who's actually a victim of police violence. I had my ribs broken, my teeth broken, my arm
So
dislocated, my
you're not
fingers
somebody
broken.
to talk to like that.
No, I mean I spent 28 days in jail. Because I couldn't get out because nobody gave a fuck about
They
it.
wouldn't. I went to their committee meeting and they wouldn't let me speak. And because they wouldn't listen to me, and I tried to explain to them, all of their concerns were already addressed, and that we really, whatever they're saying,
But they're very scared.
yeah. But they would not let me speak. So I mean, I continue to hard block them
And the way a
because,
lot of us felt, where if
yeah.
the police were going to leave us alone, the first days of the occupation, actually, October 1st, I went there. I worked for a website called Truth is Scary, and I went there and I was going to report on the occupation. I didn't think it was going to pass fucking 10:30 at night. No fucking way they're not going to let them stay. And I was like, this is not going to happen because I was already watching what was going on in OWS. I was already planning on going back home to New York. I was like, this shit ain't going to fly. And I go down and I stay there till like 12:30 at night, and I was like, cops didn't bother them. I said, okay, if the cops haven't been there by tomorrow, I'm going to call, because I'd meet a couple friends who were staying, and I said, I'm going to call and see what's going on, and I'll go down and camp. And me and my friend Kevin decided we were going to go down and camp. That night I met Patty, we became friends that night, and freaking nothing happened.
After a big argument.
Well, the third day, I came
Our first conversation was an argument. Yeah, it was awesome.
Breaks the ice, right?
So then, with this anti-police brutality committee, yes, it was a good idea, and a lot of us felt, yes, it's necessary. But the way it was brought about wasn't really very nice to everybody else, and it became this big offensive thing. Someone went on Facebook, found their group, and printed out pictures and names of everybody who was listed in that group. That that puts every single one of those people in danger.
Yeah.
And a lot of them left. So a lot of our immigrant community and the people who are very involved in the immigrant actions
Had to
and
leave.
left. They just took off. They didn't want nothing to do with us. And some of them are coming back a little bit, but a lot of them are still angry with us.
Pretty burnt by
And
that action.
white privilege has been a really big discussion, you know, because there's
I've heard
different.
a little here and there in Diana.
Yeah.
But we're mixed. We're very mixed racially.
And it's everybody's got to learn about
Very
each other, you know, and it's very difficult because like everybody comes from different backgrounds. I'm from New York. The racism that's here isn't as strong
I'm
as it
from
is
white
back home.
privilege, sort of, but I mean lower middle class.
I live in
Kind
East
of-
LA,
I
so
live in
like
San
don't judge me
Diego.
till
I
you
lived in the
till you meet
1%
me.
communities. I went to parochial school, all that.
But
I've
part-
never been an activist.
But part of it is they have to understand someone like you can see this and understand it and want to change it.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't fully understand because they'll say, oh, they're just trying to paratroop in when it's like, no, in your heart, you really want to
So
help
in your
people.
heart, this is where you're at.
You
In your
know?
head, this is where you're
A lot of them
at.
do understand. That's why we're still there.
Well, that's why I'm very, very welcome on Skid Row, and I'm not
As they
afraid
start to
to
see what's on your Facebook, as they start to see what's on your Facebook, how you respond to things, they see that your mindset is so culturally different from what you were raised with initially. I was raised with hardcore Republican, Rush Limbaugh, Catholic mentality, and it took decades for that to slowly start turning. And now, I'm a radical. I finally come out and said I'm an anarchist.
Yay, anarchist!
come out of the closet.
Yeah, I'm out of the closet.
Hello, my name is Patty, and I'm an anarchist. Oh, but even worse, I'm a pacifist. Don't tell anyone.
And I'm not a pacifist. I like to be, but I'm not a pacifist.
That's even
I'd
worse.
like to be too, but it just doesn't work for me.
I don't know why that's a dirty word. Like
This group that
it
was
just
handing out this transition to love, they're talking about getting heart-centered and forming community. They were not part of Occupy, but they're going around, and talking about that.
Yeah.
And how people are opting out of society through drugs, alcohol, shopping, etc., etc. Not conscious of what's going on, not conscious of the environment, not conscious of each other. I tried to explain anarchy is about community. And it is about that heart consciousness.
It's about autonomy. It's about living, in a community that you can all govern in yourselves because you trust in each other and you trust in yourselves. And the one problem we have talked about is what would we do if we no longer had a police force and with like certain people who do have issues. I mean, that is one concern if that ever did happen. But for the most part, I think most people are able to govern themselves.
I think for the most part they are, and I think the police are there a lot of times after the fact. Anyway, a lot of things are crimes of passion, and they're there after the fact.
And that's a big problem too. The police come after the fact. Like, let's say a husband and wife had a huge blowout. The wife gets mad because the husband slapped her or whatever, which granted I don't agree with.
Right.
But then, they have a fight. The wife calls the police on the husband. The cops don't show up for 35 minutes. By the time they come, the situation's under control. The cops come down there. They start the situation. They attack the husband. They attack the wife. They tase people. They shoot people. It's like uncalled for.
It makes things a lot much worse.
One of our friends climbed a fence. He got tackled by cops for climbing a fence, and not even an arrestable offense.
Right.
Trespassing is not does not have to be an arrestable offense.
Take a look at what happened with Kelly Thomas.
Yes.
There are so many more instances like that happening daily and everywhere. Through the police presence. It's become,
Just in Woodland
I don't know
Hills
who
the other
Kelly
day.
Thomas is, but I know he was a mentally ill man. He was labeled mentally disordered, and that is so wrong. Someone who is out of it in a completely different world. And most of these people that get called mentally disordered are no more violent than the average person.
They're not. There's very few.
It's hard to believe that.
Violent.
Yeah, but there's a stigma attached to it, and part of it is to sort of justify all the inhumane treatment they're given. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. I know that, but the thing is, Kelly Thomas, that was ridiculous.
Like, what about the other day in Woodland Hills, the guy who got shot? They shot 125 rounds at him. 90 hit him. 19-year-old kid. 90 rounds, really? Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Because he's Armenian, and they thought they would get away with it.
They
And now they're being sued for it.
he pointed his finger at them. They thought it was a gun.
they can claim disability and know how you and I claim disability and go back to the workforce. We can't. They can't.
Yeah.
Get right back in
people who are disabled get cut off all
when
from
one of their
disability all
own,
the time.
when one of their own dies, the funeral procession
Shuts down the whole city.
Yeah.
protest.
Well, I think a lot of people, a lot of police officers try to come in and they want to do good, but then I think it
Isn't
gets
that what you
really
gave me
hard
the other
to
day?
stay within that framework of being good too, because if you're surrounded by others, then they have to turn that down. You know, that must be really hard from a psychological standpoint, right?
Yeah, I can
Really
see that.
hard.
Yeah.
A lot of people wind up
Yeah.
quitting at that point in time, don't they?
I think they come, but I think they just approach everyone as if they are bad, and they do. Yeah.
No, it's not guilty until proven innocent, but guilty judicially.
Yeah.
Well, people don't want to sign their names to anything with occupies.
But they can say it's
But what was that? What did you
A
say?
lot of people in the general public are still really scared, you know? They believe what they see on TV because they're so freaking programmed. They have no concept of what we do or who we are, you know? They think we're all black ninjas running around
Oh
blowing
yeah,
shit up.
my brother. We need to change. I told him about the foreclosure action. He said you need to change your name. You know, Occupy is not a good name to be associated with because of things that happen on Wall Street that we're reflecting and different things that happen. But that happens in society all the time anyway.
They're just saying that they want to.
Someone's telling them to stop.
What somebody is?
They're chanting, and someone's telling them to not chant.
Magic!
Junior. Anybody having a press release?
All right.
Who are the culprits?
Hey now.
I'm gone.
So what about this media meeting? Are we?
Well,
Yeah,
let's
media meeting. That's what I came for.
It's part of our media.
That was down.
Where'd you find it?
Circle first.
Oh, it was the Elm Circle who was against the chanting.
Early told it. I have no clue when GA is.
8 o'clock. GA's at 8.
Oh, okay.
Though it
Yeah,
says
we
it ends at 7.
A chant started, but I had no idea they were trying to meditate. Like, I didn't hear anything. No one announced it.
Yeah, it was people in that group who were like telling the people chanting to stop, and then like. Why is he oming with a loudspeaker?
That's what I'm wondering. That's saying, I didn't hear it. Like, when someone said we're doing a meditation circle, if it was through a megaphone, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, well, that
Like,
guy was on
I
the
wasn't
megaphone a minute ago, and
listening.
I didn't hear it either.
I was like, what are you talking about? Like, just mic check it or tell us what's up. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of an odd thought. I
Yeah.
need to go use the restroom, and then someone of my friends is concerned about another one of my friends' whereabouts. We don't know where the
Uh-oh.
individual is, so we're like wondering maybe if we can find that person.
Uh-oh. That's not cool.
But I'm gonna leave it at that, considering.
Okay.
Ooh, the bowls are awesome.
I love the singing bowls.
I love singing bowls.
Daniel told me that his got
Daniel's
stolen.
gonna be very upset he's not here. We left him at Alyssa's house.
Daniel said that his was stolen by the police.
I believe that.
Yeah.
We'll get him a new one.
Did he lose a lot of weight? He looks different.
Yes, no, it's not a weight. He lost
Yeah.
40 pounds.
I don't think I recognized him. This morning?
He had his shirt off this morning. I was like, oh my god. I was like, you lost so much weight.
Is
It
Daniel,
was like towards the end of the occupation. I was like, you were sitting in your tent, not leaving. You look like Buddha.
is he looking hot without that shirt?
He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Like, he looks really good, and he's not like, it's not like he's lost weight and like had like huge chunks of skin or anything. He just lost it, shrunk right back up.
Yeah.
He's got good skin.
We'll leave it at that. Okay.
No stretch marks. If you ever need to lose weight, all you need to do is occupy. I lost 16 pounds without even trying.
I was looking at your pictures on Facebook. I'm like, damn, you lost a whole lot of weight.
Well, even now, like I'm skinnier. Like I'm a little bit skinnier than I was when I started, but I haven't been this skinny since I was like 20.
Uh-oh, I'm getting more viewers now. Shut, we need more skin.
Don't worry, bikini season's coming.
Yeah.
The Guy Fawkes mask of the bikini will come back out.
All right now.
I got yelled at for wearing a bikini at the occupation because it was sexist.
Fuck that. That's
That's out of line.
That's too.
The reason I was wearing a bikini was because we had
felt
outdoor
like it?
showers at
You
the
wanted
time.
to do
It had
it?
been a week and a half and I hadn't had a fucking shower. And so I went and I showered in like the bikini because we had shower stalls, but I didn't trust those motherfuckers.
I wouldn't trust those motherfuckers
Yeah,
either.
So I wore my bikini in the shower, and then when I got out, I was wet, so I was just running around with like shorts on and my bikini. And they're like, "That's offensive," and I'm like,
Oh my holy fuck. That is sexist. To say that a bikini is sexist is sexist.
People should be able to wear whatever they want.
or not, or not, right? Or
Eric's
not.
like, you're not going on. I was like, I should live stream. I said, no, I'm still under attack. Ah. And Eric's like, you can't go on live stream like that. I said,
Who said that?
shirt on.
Who said you? Who's Eric?
You know, do you remember Eric? He used to work in the media tent.
I wasn't allowed in the media tent.
He used to guard the media tent.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
really long, crazy fucking thing.
Although I was
you were
probably
allowed
more
in the media
productive
tent,
than
though.
anyone inside there, all of them together.
Did you work in the media tent?
Fuck no. We built Anarchy Media Village so we could have somewhere to live and work. What ended up happening was I started off
At the
first day
towards the end, I started going there,
Yeah.
but not till the end, like
But
maybe
she
the last
was-
couple
but
weeks.
What happened was they wouldn't like the third day of the occupation. Patty, we were sitting there in the morning, and Patty needed to charge so she could tweet, and she was the only social media person.
I needed Wi-Fi as well.
Yeah, who was on
Yeah.
on the ground at
Yes,
all.
right.
Nobody else even.
Every
walked
Tuesday I
the
was there for 12 hours a day on Tuesdays.
Yeah, so-
And I couldn't fucking do my job because I couldn't get electricity, I couldn't get Wi-Fi, I wasn't allowed in the media tent, and I was also with my flip cam filming shit. And going home after a 12-hour day there, I would go home every night and upload for like maybe 4 to 6 hours a night. I don't know that I was sleeping. I was going to school also, but yeah, I wasn't allowed in the media tent.
That's outrageous.
Yeah,
I'm
it's because of
outraged.
like stupid
I'm
paranoia.
outraged. You know what? It's incredibly
Look at this face.
disappointing.
Would you like not
And
trust
it doesn't
this face?
matter. It doesn't matter who you are. You deserve to be included.
How many cops are watching you? 3.
No, there's got to be somebody.
I'm getting one of these things. I talked to the guy online.
All right, one cop, one stalker, and a viewer.
I was on. No,
Ah, you're my stalker.
I stalk Occupy.
Are you a
I stalk
stockupy?
Occupy.
She's a stockupy.
I stalk Occupy.
All right.
So when you were back home, did you go out to the P-Town Occupy at all?
I did not make it known.
You didn't make it? I heard it was small, but I heard they were rowdy.
What's P-Town? What's P-Town? What's that?
I know that kind of crew.
I didn't even know it existed until about 2 weeks before I left. And
I didn't
they
know it
were-
existed
and I was
until
like,
like 2
that makes
days
sense.
before they
That makes
initially
sense
got
that
blown
they
up.
have one and New Paltz doesn't. And the New Paltz spotted one like very late.
Yeah.
Very late. There's one there now, but well, I don't know if they're sleeping there anymore.
I was
but they
really
were
shocked
in,
that New Paltz didn't start up, though. You know, like, I'm very disappointed in my friends back home.
And you know what my thought was when I saw the Occupy Poughkeepsie like occupation? I was like, you know what? It makes sense that they would have one in New Paltz, wouldn't it? Because they have more the sort of like industrial vibe. They already have like something to protest versus New Paltz, which looks, even though it's maybe not, it appears very like grassrootsy or like hometowny.
Well, that's only because
Even though
we
there
worked so hard to keep it that way. And after Jason West got out of office and those fucks took back over, and now they're trying to build strip malls everywhere.
Down those
Yeah,
fucks.
they're trying- So they built an Eckerd right
I
on
heard.
299, which is horrendous and never should have been.
No. Well, after they built the Lowe's, I knew it was on. I was like, oh,
Where
fuck.
was the Lowe's? You mean
The Lowe's is all the way out, like,
You mean in toward Kingston?
towards Kingston, where they built that Lowe's first. That's over towards Kingston. And when I saw them start doing that, I said, oh god, it's on. They're gonna fucking start building all on the strip. And all along 299, they started, like, you could see they were fucking fencing everything off and subdividing everything.
That's true.
Then I went online and I looked at the planning board shit and I said, oh fuck. Because Jason and everybody who was on the board for that time worked really fucking hard to keep that shit from
A lot
happening.
of people at who is it, Maurice Hinch's office as well, for sure.
I love him.
But you know what? Well, I don't know. Well,
Because you know what? He's one of the few people who will listen to me. I can go and sit in his office and bitch at him for an hour and
and I've done that.
Well, I'm really complaining is you're saying at least I'm not reacting the way that I said I could. But with my words. I thought you were kind of
right now I got a green
So it's
bracelet.
very crazy. Sorry.
No, it's quite alright. Sharing your beautiful animals with us.
New Yorkers are running this stuff all around.
OLA, we
Oh,
have a
shoot.
crew of, I guess, probably 24 New Yorkers, you know, from all parts of the state who've been all over this shit, and we don't let shit fly, so,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I was born in Long Beach, so
well, you can stay here then.
I've never lived in Long Beach.
No, you were born in Oxnard, don't lie.
No, I was.
You really were born here?
I was actually born in the city. Yes.
Where did you grow up though? Where did you live?
Mostly in Oxnard. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that place either, but I've heard there is it a place? There's like organizations there that I've heard about.
Is it a place?
Oxnard is pretty
It
dope
must
from
be a
what I
place,
understand.
but it's also a university, right?
There's a college, not a university, but a college.
Oh, okay.
Oxnard is where the farms meet the beach.
It's actually the largest city north of LA, south of San Francisco. Though compared to LA, it's a lazy little farm town.
Yeah.
But compared to all the cities in between, it's pretty big.
I may have passed it. I don't think I've been there.
Well, it's between LA, like halfway between LA and Santa Barbara, kind of.
Somewhat autonomous around LA. Like
I'm not sure if I went through Santa Barbara. I took the one.
Venice, we have Oxnard
Okay, that goes into Oxnard.
It does.
It goes. It goes into Oxnard, yeah. If you keep going on the one, you will be.
What's that?
Annie.
That's my sister name.
Cool. Hey now.
And Ginny.
Hi, I'm Patty. I'm live streaming. You're on the internet.
They get together periodically.
Yeah, you're on the
Live
internet.
streaming.
It's a
See,
geographic,
look.
but it's not like a.
It's a
So
geographic.
people around the world can watch.
Beaming out to the rest of
For
everybody.
LA, and
It's on the internet.
And
Oh.
Everybody connected.
LA ended, and
Oh, that's a good picture.
about LA, so we don't spend too often. I'd like to see them more. I really miss them. Some of the people involved in that group. But we work a lot with
Oh.
Venice. We work a
You're
lot with
filming over there?
I'm filming everywhere.
Oh, film it.
Like I spend a lot of time up there with them. I'm working on the North Wind with them. So I don't know if you know what we're doing. We're doing a four-wind convergence coming from the north,
Okay,
east, south,
that-
and west. And
I
then
just wanted to
working
get like a
down
little
south
scene of
LA,
this.
occupying-
Now he's gonna go on the website and download it.
Well, now I'll see him later. Hopefully, we'll see each other later.
On YouTube, maybe?
I don't think it'll be on YouTube, but it's on Ustream.
You
Ustream.
stream. We all stream for.
Aku stream. I don't know. I'm being silly too. Silly is good.
I'm just saying, it's not. It's not all about Occupy, but we can make it all about Occupy. If we do occupy right, if we occupy the way we're capable of occupying, we're elevating ourselves.
Occupy your heart.
If we're really doing this for real, then we should be all about it, and we should be so attractive to everybody, and we should be welcoming and including and just bringing people. And it should be easy. It should be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. It should be easy. We just need to just accept certain things and work through certain things, and then start building and start just continue. We just have to continue. We're doing something right. We just gotta continue, and when we'll make it, we'll build it. If we build it, they will come.
Hopefully they come and help us build it. That would be even
Right, but
better.
we need to start. We have enough to start.
Yeah.
We have enough to start.
I think there's a big general everyone is waiting to see what we have to offer. A lot of people are telling me they don't want to join us because they don't know what our agenda is. They don't know what the end result is. And I think they don't get it. It's not a product, it's a process.
Well, it's also a product. We need to talk about the product. Because
It's not a product.
Well, listen.
It's not a
we'll
product.
never achieve one. Okay. It's not a product in terms of it being a commodity. It's not a product, something to sell.
I don't think it's not even an end result, it's a process. It will never end. It will never
It's an
end.
attitude.
It will never end.
It will never end.
Because
But we need to talk about what it could be.
if the world became everything we wanted it to be, there would be more that would then there's more.
Visualize and talk to each other and associate and understand what it is we're working towards. We don't talk about what the synthesize what it is we're working for and working toward more than we already have. There's never gonna be one vision. There's never gonna be one. If we can start talking about what do we have in common about that end result, and then we can actually have something to strive for and work for. But right now we don't have much. We have a lot of against because we haven't.
Against doesn't work, and it doesn't. It has to be for. We have to be for.
We need to be building and
Yeah.
creating. We can't be, so
You can't go upstream.
So we actually have a legal committee.
You just, I mean, you can, but it's a whole, it's a shit ton of work. Like upstream is a shit ton of work, really.
Like one of them is
Downstream is so much better.
Go with the flow, right? That's what they say.
Yes.
And let it take you, but let's figure out where it is. Because it probably ends in a larger body of water than anyone's ever even.
But isn't that awesome?
We've all been moving upstream.
Isn't that
Even in the
awesome?
cold,
We need to get in the fucking
Like
ocean.
maybe we melted down from glacier status or something, but eventually we're trying to
stuff. And whenever we
rejoin.
take action for eggs, we make affinity groups and we make lists of people.
Or
And then
evaporate.
we give the information to the medical team, and if anyone gets
What do you, you're on the internet.
Join the ocean or evaporate.
yes. Okay, let's spend time with your phone.
Alright, I should probably move around.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a foreign occupy.
Yeah, right now,
I'm in a foreign occupy.
why? Because we're only talking about this today. I know, but I can't. It's not my thing. I have too much shit to worry about, Shaki. I can't worry about anybody else's stuff. You know.
But you guys can help me, like a page together with liquids.
You might be able to find someone else to help you. This is what I've been telling you. I have no time to take on anybody else's stuff. I don't even have enough time to do my own stuff. You know, I'll help organize. I'll tell people I'll stand behind you at GA, but I can't personally do it. That's been the problem. You know, it's like this morning I had to program the Twitter. It took me an hour and a half.
So if I have to do something, I should expect it.
If I say I can do it,
If there's an agreement.
right now, until May 1st, I am not doing anything else. Because not only for May 1st, I have to coordinate with wellness, with media, with streamers, with all of the wins and the convergence. So right now, my brain is just, that's where it's at. You know, so I mean, I can't.
Maybe other media people might.
You should talk to Samantha from Outreach. You know, because the Outreach committee fell apart. I mean, talk to Samantha, talk to Evan. Yeah, but if you talk to Samantha, she'll help you. You know, she'll help you do this stuff. She's a graphic designer.
Okay.
She's really smart. You know.
Can you introduce me to her?
She's not here right now, but yeah, I can send you her stuff on Facebook and get you hooked up with her. She's dope. She lives downtown. She's a lot of fun. You know. So.
She makes great chocolate. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Awesome. I should go check on my stuff.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, maybe go.
Hey now, how's it
See you
going?
back.
I feel like I'm in a foreign occupy.
What?
I feel like I'm at a foreign occupy.
Yeah, I know. We're occupying it.
Yeah.
Occupying it.
At worst, we can just stay in touch, you know. So, I mean, the thing is, like, I love Shakti and her project. It's just not something I can work on or have any interest in working on. You know, and I like what she's doing, but she's going to the wrong people to do it. She needs to work with the action. I told her she needs to work with the outreach committee, the action committee. She wants, you know, media.
Right.
You know, our media committee sucks.
Yeah.
I got, you know, it was so fucking ridiculous
Funny,
when they
LA
came
is
out. I tried to
media
reconfirm them
city.
myself. Yeah, well, that's the problem, is they all think they're fucking superstars.
Yeah.
They're telling me, oh, well, we can't put out media without all this expensive equipment. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have a fucking flip cam.
Flip cam and YouTube.
it's really
I
about
put
the
out a
heart.
shit ton of media, and I'm a point and shoot girl. I don't know like anything at all whatsoever, but I'm putting out media,
Well,
and
we
they're
did this
not.
thing after like a couple months ago where we had to reconfirm all the committees to see which committees were still going to be around. And I tried to do it by myself, but too many people had too many concerns, and one of the media committee people who had caused a shitload of problems came drunk and interrupted the whole thing, so it totally got fucked. So the rest of the media committee comes, and they're all like, all happy that they got it passed. I'm like, you guys didn't get it passed.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I spent about 3 hours of the meeting trying to explain to them why they had to change the membership. I mean, I'm finally like, okay, I don't know.
I mean, I don't
that
agree.
was the hardest thing.
But
Like,
that's
that was the
what
hardest
I
thing.
don't agree with, because whenever we allow people to just come onto the media team, they want to fucking tell us what to do. They have no fucking concept of what we've been doing, how sensitive the information we have is. Oh, we're going to put it all in the cloud for everybody. No, go fuck yourself. We're not going to put all of our footage in the cloud. 7 terabytes of footage, really? You're going to put that in the cloud? What cloud are you gonna pay
Honestly,
for?
our media committee is just
You know?
autonomous people
People
who
are
don't even work
crazy.
together.
Like, they passed a proposal. They want our facilitations team to back up all of our GAs that we have.
It's not gonna
They
happen.
have no concept of how many terabytes of footage that is. They have no.
And the
concept
result of that is that the
how
live
many
streamers have
hours-
actually shut down all of their GA footage and locked it up. I'm not going to say who or which, but there are live streamers who have locked up the GA footage.
Yeah. I mean, everything. People get so stuck on the procedure. It's about the
Well, that
values.
was
The
also
purpose
OLA's
is-
fault because they didn't want to hook up. They didn't want to hook up their live stream team with equipment. So we ended up with independent people. Independent people don't have to give you their footage.
Yeah.
But then there's that, well, you're part of Occupy LA, therefore you have this obligation. I have an obligation to be forced to do
Yeah.
volunteer work.
No. Well, Sam's part of Occupy. See, Sam, he came in as a journalist. He became an occupier. Sam Slavic.
Oh yeah,
He
he's
totally became an
awesome.
occupier. Do we demand his footage? Fuck no. Because what did he say?
Let's
in the
sit down.
video? I'm going to make a cool documentary. I was like, okay. Have you seen his shit?
I'm not sure if I have.
Oh my god.
You
Let's
guys?
sit down.
I've seen some cool video from Occupy LA.
He makes documentaries that are incredibly professional, and there are. I described his work. I told him when I met him. His documentaries are. He shows the good, bad, and the ugly of Occupy LA in the most beautiful and respectful way.
Does he do stuff like, for example, where it's just kind of like they were, people's faces and talking, showing little like shots of the camp, like kind of slow mo, but like really high quality.
Yes.
That's also nice.
Yes, those are his. Where he's kind of talking slow. He sounds like the movie guy. Where it's like, welcome to Occupy LA.
That's cool.
In this, and
Oh,
he's
the
doing, like, a
M17 video was hot. It was just music.
that
It was
awesome.
just music. Like in the beginning, it said something about changing the world or something, and then it was just the greatest, like
Some really good videos.
music, and then and then a lot, and there was some audio of the occupiers, and then there was Shima mouthing, "Don't you fucking touch me" to the cop, and I'm like, because I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking, don't you fucking touch me when I'm seeing the cop like touching her, and then she's mouthing it, and I'm like, yeah, that is totally awesome.
Like I was watching a video of, I don't remember the exact year, 2008, 7, but there was a May Day march in LA where the cops went in and gassed people and beat people.
2007, we know all about it. Yep.
Yeah, I keep posting it on the
Is
Twitter.
there any concerns about this?
Yeah, wellness has a lot of people that we're training right now. Like right now, there's a wellness meeting.
Yeah. I don't know what wellness is,
And
but
Let me see.
wellnesses are basically our medics.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we have
That's
gas
awesome.
masks and stuff. I mean, honestly, I got tear gas in Oakland. It's not really a big deal. I'm a medic. We have
It's not a
other
big
medics.
deal.
And
Did you have a gas mask in Oakland?
fuck no.
No, it wasn't a big deal. Yeah.
different people respond differently.
Me and Freedom got tear gas pretty good.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
Will
that-
got it really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got tear gas in Oakland.
So Will's gonna be here with us. I heard. So what's the plan? Does Will have a plan? He said to ask you about
Will
it.
does not have a plan yet. I wanted to figure out what he wants to do. Whether I called him
Oops.
today, I left him a message. I need to know whether or not he wants to be and just be independent. Thank you, ma'am. Whether or not he just wants to be independent. Whether or not he wants to. Whether or not he wants to like be on a wind, or if he just wants to run around and run a buck. If he wants to do the convergence, what he wants to do. So I'm gonna let Will kind of decide what he wants to do, and I'm gonna show him the options that we have open as far as planned right now. I don't know if you saw my last email on here.
Tell him I don't have good Wi-Fi on Eastwind. Maybe he could. I don't have a good connection on Eastwind. Maybe he might want to join me on Eastwind.
Yeah, basically for transparency, I wrote this email yesterday to the media team, and it's kind of long. I've been working really hard to set things up. They haven't really been doing anything though. So I wrote, who here still considers them part of the OLA media team is planning on doing work? The reason I ask is there's things that need to be addressed from within this committee, as I'm receiving complaints from the other occupiers that the media team is not living up when it's supposed to be accomplishing. And these issues have been brought up and addressed, yet there is still very little participation. I'm the only one most people know. So I asked them if they have a vehicle, what they want to do. I told them about this. I got literally 3 people on the media team, Patty one of them, told me what they're going to do. Then this morning I posted this morning, that I was happy to see 2 of our members out there yesterday. We have a multi-phase plan. Like, look what I did. Like, we're going to have streamers, who our streamers are, who our filmers are, who our photographers are, where we need filling in. So, I mean, I told everybody what we can do, and, like, still, it's just the same people over and over and over again,
Kind of sucks. Imagine you guys would have like the big ranks of.
Well, we do have like professional people in the industry But my criticism of them is that they don't come to General Assembly, they don't go to actions.
I don't care if they don't
And
come to General Assembly. Just touch base with me. You have my fucking phone
but
number.
how do
Tell me
you
what's
make
going
media
on.
and call yourself Occupy LA if you have no idea what the fuck Occupy LA is about? If you haven't participated in 2 months, you don't know. You have no
When you come
clue.
to GA and you don't know anybody there, that should tell you something.
Yeah.
You know?
And there are so few people to know at this point. What is there, maybe 50 to 100 people? That's not hard to
I
know.
was there in the early days when there was a ton of people, and the idea of knowing a lot of people there seemed very, difficult.
Yes, it was
I was gonna
really,
say,
really
you were
overwhelming.
there a couple times, weren't you?
Yeah, I might have seen you. I'm not sure.
I lived there. I didn't leave.
You were?
I only left to be hospitalized. That was fun.
And then she occupied the hospital and wrote a blog about it.
It's funny how, I've been on and off different degrees of support from different celebrities, mostly in New York though. In LA, it's weird, right? What's the deal? I don't get it.
And then we criticize
1%.
those celebrities who are supporting us.
I know, I don't. I think it's...
We do. In Occupy LA, we criticize the celebrities who support us. That's really fucked
When
up.
Russell Simmons came out, a lot of people were heated.
Oh, right.
You can't tell
Really
that.
mad. He came to LA.
And then a lot of people are against Shepard Fairey.
Yeah.
Shepard Fairey.
Russell Simmons was pretty cool when he came.
The guy who did
Yeah.
Just Time magazine cover. Yeah.
The Obama Hope guy.
the super into his work, but...
Yeah, and people,
Pretty cool.
and then some people are criticizing him because he was supporting Obama, but weren't we, like a lot of us, supporting
What I have a
Obama?
problem with is he's working with Mikkel and this card block campaign bullshit. This asshole, Mikkel Camille from New York, from Philadelphia, who is a co-opted Democrat Obama supporter, started this group called the Hard Block Campaign. He doesn't understand the movement. He thinks people greet themselves with the hard block. Okay, so now they're pulling celebrities in. OWS sent us a thing, fucking Inter-Occupy and OWS sent us a thing saying, we denounce him. He tried to co-opt me into his Democratic paid bullshit. And now they had a thing at Michelle, I can't remember her last name, from the Mama and Papas. They had this thing at her house, and they invited all these celebrities to tell them about Occupy. Fuck you. If you want to know about Occupy, come to Occupy. Stop being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but Miley Cyrus and Will.i.am. Fuck Will.i.am. Co-opted piece of shit. Miley Cyrus, I will have any respect for her. She works for Disney. Fuck you. Disney is not going to allow that shit. Okay? Until Miley Cyrus is in the front lines getting tear gassed with us and beaten by the cops, fuck her.
And if she wants to join us, Beth will be her bodyguard.
Oh, I'll chill with Miley. I'll take her around with me.
Now I realize I don't know what actions, but I recognize those.
I have no problem with her as a person, but
Oh, really?
Along the line,
I've watched too many
Oh, okay,
celebrities
that's
jump on
cool.
things just to get their name out.
I'm usually live streaming if I'm there.
Whatever their intentions are, same with politicians. I'm glad to see people supporting because it makes it harder for the average American to see cops beating people up and being like, wait a second, so-and-so said this wasn't terrible, so-and-so said this was okay.
Well, it made national news with our raid. One of the arrestees writes for Family Guy.
Oh really? Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
I gave him one of those.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What are these?
It's a solidarity bracelet.
Okay, cool.
It's a solidarity artist.
You have to tie it on. You have to tie it on them. Do you want another one?
It ties us together. The orange. Well, the orange is multi.
You have to tie it on each other. It's
you have to do it to
you have to do it to each other. Yeah.
because we're like occupied friends.
These orange braids are solidarity braids, but it was the most solidarity busting GA ever.
Oh my God, that GA was like
Special way.
just tie it in a knot. Just
Tie it in a bow or not.
I think the loops throw people off, but
The loops is throwing me off.
yeah, ignore the loops. Just tie it in a knot. Like
You can't even tie it in
I think the loop is symbolic,
No, I
but
have the original solidarity one
So how do
from
you guys
Cheryl.
feel about the whole thing with like the sort of civil war between like back then with the people who were all about smoke weed every day in camp and the people who weren't? How did that go down? That was just
Well, most of those people who weren't actually involved, they're just gone. So that's not really a problem.
isn't there a middle ground between you can smoke weed and
Like my Med Tribe, I'm
and
one of the Prop 215 people, and we've made it our goal to make smoking weed acceptable in public places everywhere.
I think this is it.
Yeah.
But maybe we should, yeah, let people know. Yeah, definitely. Hi, I'm Patty from Occupy LA.
Does anybody else shoot video here?
I'm live streaming right now.
I'm Beth. I'm from LA.
I'm Diana, Occupy Diana.
Michael.
Maybe I'm gonna drop stream and come back. I'll be right back, you guys, so we can get the light better and